Going on, y'all? Hopefully you guys are getting this. It's probably gonna take a minute for notifications to go out. I wasn't planning on going live, but I am actually sitting here in my car. This camera's, the angle is just completely off, and I'm about to go to dinner in about 30 minutes or so. I know it's late, but sometimes I eat late because of the grind I'm in. But I'm sitting here in my car and figured I'd go live while I'm sitting up where I actually got it early and want to catch up with everyone to talk UFO stuff, trying to get a good angle on this. Hopefully these notifications go out. Someone can chime in. This should be public. There's a couple things I want to, I guess, just talk about. We'll give this just a minute. I'm more or less curious if you guys can hear me. What's going on, John? Can you hear me okay? I'm not sure if you can hear me in the car or not. Please let me know if you can hear me. Appreciate you chiming in. Okay, good. That was my concern, being in my car and seeing if you can hear me or not. So I appreciate that. It's a couple of things that just, I guess, touching bases on, and appreciate that like as well. Some stuff going on in the UFO world, loud and clear. Okay, good, good, good. Oh, we got 3 Johns on. My name is actually John Thomas. No one calls me John Thomas. They call me JT. Everyone's called me JT. This heat is killing me in here. Everyone calls me JT. Family calls me John Boy. Don't call me John Boy on here, but I should have been named JV or nicknamed JB. But we got 3 Johns in the house. Some other people are joining on. Oh, that's funny. Someone said they accidentally clicked on this. So there's somebody's been asking me about the 3-eye atlas stuff and all that. And I haven't done a video on it yet. I was trying to, but you guys are coming in here and always at least 2 Johns in the room. Yeah, 3 with me. So that's a good thing. I know you guys have asked me about that several times, and I haven't done a video on it yet because I'm trying to figure out what's going on with this. There's not, from what I've seen, too many clear videos on that 3-eye atlas stuff. The trajectory of the way it's traveling does seem to travel like it's in a gravitational wave. I haven't looked that much onto it, but I don't know if you guys have heard that much. But I think a day or 2 ago, it was traveling closer to the sun. I mean, it was not passing by Earth. And then there's all kinds of people doing kind of, I guess, videos on it, kind of clickbait stuff on it, trying to get people to watch the channel, which is fine. People do it all the time, but I haven't done anything on it yet because there hasn't been clear evidence for me to say kind of what it is. It does look like it's a comet. I know there's several things being talked about it, but if it was an alien mothership, it would have come here. I mean, it wouldn't have, it probably would have redirected, in my opinion, its trajectory from going in the gravitational flow of going to the sun. Also, it probably would have came here to Earth. But so, yeah, I mean, I remember in the 80s, there was a comet. I forgot the name of it already, but it was a huge comet that passed by the Earth. And there was a group of people that committed suicide. It was kind of interesting from that. I thought that was something, but that thing was huge. I remember seeing it when I walked outside. I said, what the heck is that? You can still visually see it. But this isn't the same thing. This is a lot different. So got several people joining in. I want to make sure I shout them out. What's going on, Randy? Hell up. Yep, I think that's the name of it. So this is different than that one. And we've got stuff coming in. I mean, if you pay a close attention to some of the stuff that's out there, there's stuff that crosses through our galaxy all the time. A couple other people are coming in. So, and this isn't the first time something like this has happened, but it's definitely not, as some people are stating, from what I'm seeing. I could be wrong, and I hope I am, but it's not a mothership. If it was, it would be a lot different. I thought about doing a video on it. I just didn't want to, I'm going to say it out, I just didn't want to put the time into it because I don't think it is what people are thinking it is. So that's one of the things right there. I know that some other people have messaged me about some of the videos I do, like touching up on Billy Meier, for instance. I said in the video, and I'll say it again, I believe Billy Meier saw something. He has probably one, maybe two legit photos. Why he did the rest like that, I don't know. There's even a video of him with the ray gun. It's kind of ridiculous. It's like he started getting traction and he just kept going. I mean, the tires were already flat and he just kept going. He just kept going. He just kept going. I think his wife came out and said something. It's just kind of back and forth with that. It's pretty interesting how that story went about. And I do believe he saw something. I do believe that he got a video of something. I believe it may have been an ARV, an alien reproduction vehicle, because it resembled too much of what we saw that was being a lot of photos are being constructed back in that time frame. And Bob Lazar said that one of the photos kind of looked like the spore bond he worked on. I don't think it did. I think it looked a lot different. I think the photo that he took looked more man-made. I mean, we know that they were reverse engineering, or they got some information on UFOs around that time, and we reverse engineer stuff. I don't care what anybody says. We reverse engineer stuff. I mean, there's an ARV, alien reproduction vehicle, called the Flux Liner, etc. There's so many different names kind of given for it. And it's been around for over 40, 50 years now. What Bob Lazar worked on was probably alien in origin. I mean, it really was. I mean, the propulsion system was completely different. I mean, it didn't use like Tesla coils below it and all that stuff. We at that time we used what we could to reconstruct that vehicle, but it's completely different from the sport model. I don't know why Bob Lazar would say that, because the sport model, as you guys know, ran on element 115. There's a lot to that story with it. I know some people don't believe Bob Lazar. I've always believed Bob Lazar. Um, I just saw a light flash down out of here. I'm seeing a lot of stuff in Georgia. I'm actually at this place and I'm waiting. I got about another 15 minutes or so. I've been seeing like a lot of lights just coming out the sky, and I just saw one over here. But anyway, um, I just, like I said, with Billy Meier, I just think it was a little bit different. But and I just haven't done any more videos on it yet, because if you guys saw the ray gun video, you would probably laugh. And it's out there. If you search long enough on YouTube, you'll probably see it. It does look like a toy gun. He falsified a lot of information. I think he said he met some of the girls or one of his guys or something, and it was basically a photo from a magazine. He talked about it's just so much stuff. I mean, it really is. I mean, he went pretty far fetched. So, but let me get back to a couple of these comments, because I mainly go live to chat with you guys to see how you guys are going, how things going on. Somebody says Haley's Comet. Yeah, that was a little different. I think Haley's Comet comes around every 70 something years or something like that. So, yeah, John, the thing about the whole UAP thing, and I think this keeps my channel from growing a lot. We got a couple people going, hey, appreciate you guys coming in. If you can, smash the like button for them. We're just doing general conversation. About to go to dinner in just a bit. But um, the thing about the UAP is that these search engines like UAP. They don't want UFO. I mean, it's kind of hard to have, especially with my channel name. I mean, it's named UFO Phenomena. It was UFO Conspiracies, and I just changed it up. And I was going to do UAP because that's going to help with the SEO of YouTube and everything out there. But I didn't, I'm going to say it like this. I didn't want to sell out just to try to grow the channel. I think that the content I put out there, at least 70-80% of it's pretty good. And I think it'll grow on its own without having to sell out to say UAP. I know people say UAP, but it's always been UFO. It'll always be UFO. I think that us that are pretty much old school like the word UFO, and I think that other people, even Jeremy Corbell and all them, are starting to use UAP, and they shouldn't do it. They kind of force them to say that. But so I'm gonna continue to use UFO. I may say it every now and then, just for search purposes, because if you guys don't understand YouTube, one of the key things behind YouTube is not just, I'm going to give a good secret out if you guys want to hear it. One of the key things behind YouTube is not just the title or the naming of your video. YouTube actually, as you guys know, when you load a video up, it plays your whole video and it searches through it to make sure, of course, there's no, content that's copywritten or anything like that. But it looks to see if some of the stuff you're talking about goes with the title and stuff with it. So that's why sometimes I'll say UFO, UAP. I have to say that in the video because that's kind of what it picks up on. So All right, got a couple people saying, yeah, UFO forever. Of course. Yeah, appreciate that, Kiwi. I mean, I don't know what's holding this channel back a little bit, but I'm gonna continue to push. I know I got some Patreons that support me, so I really appreciate stuff like that. And I appreciate you guys too. Even if you don't support me on Patreon, you do watch the channel, you do comment. Some people said sometimes I feel like I've been shadow banned, like my videos are just not getting out. I figure if I keep pushing, at some point in time they will. So, but that was the whole three-eye atlas thing. People had asked me about that, why I didn't do a video on it yet. And I said, it's, you know, I haven't been too impressed by it. I really haven't. And that's just me right there. Yeah, Brooks, I didn't want to do that. It probably would have pulled more people in, but I just didn't want to do it. I mean, I really didn't want to do UAP in there. I think that's a dumb way of going about it. I mean, there's probably the whole agenda behind them saying UAP and what they're trying to do, and you know, there's actually one or two companies that I've seen so far that have been going around and buying a lot of the UFO videos. So what I mean by that is I had a video the other day, the one I did the other day, one I actually posted last night. I had a lot more content with it. I had a lot more video content to go with all three of those stories. But when I loaded it up, YouTube said copyright. And I was like, what the? And it wasn't like 5 or 10 minutes. It was only like a minute snippet here. And I had actually 7 stories I was going to load up. And I worked several hours on that video. I was like, okay, this is a good video for Halloween. I'm gonna post it out about 5 or 6. It was gonna be about 45-minute video, and then when I loaded it, there was copyright strikes on it. I didn't post it out there, so I had to take the video and I had to keep chopping and cutting. So if you guys noticed on that video I posted yesterday, it may have seemed kind of choppy, and that's the reason why. I had several other video clips that I had put in there for people's testimonies and stuff, but I couldn't load them up. And no matter how I went in and tried to edit it, it was still telling me, oh, this is wrong. So I had to change things up. And that's been happening a lot with a lot of my videos. I don't know, I forgot the name of the channel, but somebody out there is claiming that the content's theirs or they're buying it, which is fine. I mean, I'm not saying the content's mine, but normally YouTube will let you put stuff out if you do some commentary or talk. And for that reason, that video didn't. So that's why maybe if you guys watched it, it kind of sounded like it was cutting back and forth. And that's happened with several of my videos I've tried to load up. All right, getting back to some of these comments again. John says, I love the music you have in the background. Yeah, I've been trying to work with that. I'm trying to get other music to play in, different types of music. But I think I've got the 2 tracks everyone likes and I like. And then also there's probably a 3rd or 4th one I'm going to be adding in as well, that you guys probably hear a little bit about. Park this thing over here. That you hear a little bit about on there, that you hear in the background, but I'm not trying to drown you guys out. Like my first videos when I started this channel a couple years ago, some of the music just didn't play right, but I'm trying to work with that too. So remember, I'm doing this with no video editing skills whatsoever. I do have another channel, an RC car channel, and I started this channel because I did do it on the RC car channel, but I started this one. The RC car channel actually got more views, I think just because I had more subscribers and it was out there for a while when I started posting UFO content, but I decided to dedicate a channel just to it. So Bradley says, I've been trying to figure out why it's not growing. I don't know either. I did see other people talking, like for instance, I saw the Y-Files' story a couple years ago, how he got his channel going. I think around 2.5 years in, it finally hit, but that was because of Reddit. And I'm not discrediting him at all. He does great work and is getting better and better with the stuff he does. But he was frustrated and stuff too. But he had a video that came out. He talked about a couple conspiracies and stuff like that. And some people on Reddit saw one of his videos and it started gaining traction from there. So he did say that it was that. And then he also started doing, since he posted a video once a week, he started doing a premiere on Thursdays, and that helped him to gain traction. Somebody told him that. I've done a premiere here and there, and it didn't really gain traction. I don't know why, but maybe I'll start doing a premiere with a longer format video and do that, you know, throughout the week. I'll probably do a longer format video on a Wednesday. I don't know, maybe on a Sunday. I think I may start trying to do them on Sunday, but we'll see. And launching them as a premiere. But all right, Kiwi DJ says, keep doing your thing. Will do. John says, in your UFO videos, I mean, UAP covers up USOs and everything, so they say. Yeah, they say that, but I would rather say UFO and USO, and all that, because those were the terms that were identified, from the beginning. It's like, I don't know, think of your favorite grocery store, and then they're naming it to something else, and you're used to saying Kroger, Schnucks, I don't know, TJ Maxx, and now it's, you know, K15 or something that's the name of TJ Maxx. It's just weird that they would change it like that. Because that can be anything, is what they're saying now, the UAP, in my opinion. It could be a balloon floating in the sky, and they can just name it as that. And it helps discredit some of the stuff that's actually legit out there, so. So Brooks says, if you're ever in Ohio, have a camera ready. So many sightings here for years. This is where Wright-Patterson Air Force Base is. I have a video I did on Wright-Patterson, and I couldn't put it up. I was so mad. I'm going to try to go back and see what I did with that. But there was some video clips of stuff that they saw over there. But if you guys are in Ohio, go check it out if you're by Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. I've heard a lot about that. I've heard about a lot of sightings over there. There's still stuff going on in Nevada. I mean, near Area 51. I think that it's subsided down, of course, over the years. I heard that they were drilling tunnels underground, and that's the reason why you don't see as much activity. And of course, they continuously buy land over there, so you don't see a lot that's going on over there. So sorry, this is probably shaking a little bit. I mean, there's so many things. I mean, you guys have heard of DUM, Defense Underground Military Bases. They've been drilling underground since the 60s, making these bases underground. I mean, there's so much going on, and those are things I'm going to try to cover. It's not that I'm running out of UFO stuff to do, because there's plenty out there. I can backtrack and start doing a history or a timeline, which I will. But I also want to start covering some of the paranormal stuff too. Somebody asked me about Bigfoot. I think there's probably maybe one legit video from the 60s of Bigfoot, and some people don't believe that, but I think that video is legit. I think all the other stuff that we see now is kind of funny. So that's why I haven't covered too much on things like that, but I'll probably start covering things like that. I don't know if you guys want to see that on this channel or not, but now is your time to say yay or nay if you want to start seeing content, because I haven't tackled it yet. But I probably will at some point, the paranormal side of certain things. So someone says, I got footage of a UFO on video and photo on my channel. Okay. If you guys can see it in the comments, go over there and check his channel out. What's up, Tammy? Yeah, that is true. You gotta float, you gotta pedal, you gotta do everything on your own. Yeah, Brooks, you move to Nevada, let me know. There's a lot going on over there. I thought it was Defense Underground Military Base, not Deep Underground Military Base. I could be wrong. I mean, it's late at night, so. John's watching from Australia. You guys let me know where you're watching from. Got anything on the Lizard Man? I know so as a girl I know, and she used to live in Vegas. And this was over a year ago. I think I told you guys about this. She said, this is because we were just chatting just in general, and I believe I got a notification. I was going to check on something, and she saw the channel name, and she said, oh, UFO stuff. And I said, yeah. And she said, can I tell you something? You won't think I'm crazy? I said, yeah, go ahead and tell. I'm trying to get this to where I'm kind of looking into the camera, but it's at this weird angle. But anyway, she said she saw a lizard man in the car, and it scared her, and she screamed and ran off. Now, I don't think she was lying about it. And I said, well, why did you run off? Why were you scared? She said she heard that, of course, they eat people and stuff, and they kidnap people. And she was like, JT, I swear. She said, I tell you, that's exactly what happened. I said, well, you should have took a photo or something. She said the last thing on her mind was getting her cell phone out and trying to do a video and stuff. I mean, she's a female, and I don't blame her being by herself and all that. But lizard people, lizard man, I mean, I know there's reptilians, there's reptilian looking people out here. I love the movie V back in the 80s, if you guys remember that series. I think there was a lot of truth to that movie. Um, if you guys have never watched it, watch it. I think the first couple seasons were good, then it got kind of weird at the end. But so that's the rant on lizard man or lizard men. I mean, there's stories of the Nazis. The reason why they were so technologically advanced is because there were two types of races giving them technological information. You know, one was 10 to 12 feet tall reptilian looking beings that were giving them information on how to build these craft. And then, of course, the reason why Hitler said that he believed the superior race was blonde haired and blue eyes, it wasn't so much of a Caucasian color. They were pale white skin. You guys know what race I'm talking about. They were pale white skin, had dark blue eyes, and had gold hair. And they were giving them working vehicles. So it's a lot going behind that. I mean, the Nazis went in the 1930s. It's so amazing how they went from a propeller-driven airplane to a jet that quick, and then they were working on like the Foo Fighters and Die Glocke and stuff, anti-gravity craft, and that was only within a couple of years. And for somebody to make advancements like that, they had to have some type of influence, in my opinion. And I just haven't speculated on that. I should probably do a video on it. I gotta try to get AI to do me some images, because sometimes when I put images up, there's also strikes against that too. So Randy's watching from VS. People have seen that your channel is taking off. Trying to get this going. Well, Brooks, if you can, send them over to me. I got my email address. It's littlekingdombuilder@gmail.com, or send a shared drive over to me, and I can try to put them out there, give a shout out. People can go over to your channel and see, because I love to see some of the videos and the content that you caught. Yeah, Randy, those are some of mine too. I counted it the other day, last week actually. So in total, I think it was over 600 videos. I mean, 600 photos. Some of them are so hard to see because they were copies and stuff like that, and they're on a 25-year-old computer I have in my house. So I used to scan particular pictures in. I'd go to Kinko's, when you guys remember Kinko's when it was popular. I'd go in there and scan photos and stuff in and try to transfer it digitally and stuff. But it's over 600 photos that I have. I just haven't put them all out there because some of them are so hard to see. You'll see like maybe a shape or something, and when AI tries to clean it up, you know, AI just adds all kinds of stuff to it. But I have that, and I have hundreds of videos and video clips. Some of them are documentaries, some of them are lost videos, and it's kind of hard just to put some of that stuff out there, as I kind of mentioned before. So I mean, I think these photos are mostly from the 40s, 50s, and 60s. I have some from the 70s, and then I have a lot of video clips from the 80s. I have a lot of VHS tapes from the 80s that show a lot of different things. I will be tackling the Golf Breeze incident probably within the next several days. Was it Ed Walters? So I will be tackling that really soon, because the model that they allegedly said they found in his house is constructed completely different than some of the photos that he took. And I have video footage of some of the craft that they were flying through the trees, and they look transparent. So that makes you think about interdimensional craft and stuff. But I will be tackling that really soon. So I got like Ed Walters coming up. I got some stuff on Bob Lazar. I mean, you guys, some people are kind of back and forth, but I have a couple of things on him I want to share with you guys. And I have some other people talking about some of his credibility and stuff, so you'll see that coming up too. So I'm reading the thing that you posted that looks like a rocket from something like 1939 is nearly the best UFO photo I've ever seen. That might have been in the community post. I think you guys like that, so I'm gonna start doing that more in the community post, just posting out. I think I can do up to 10 pictures there. So I'll start just loading there and then putting those photos out so you guys can start seeing those probably every day, every other day, and you can look through them. So if you guys haven't, pay attention to my community posts kind of going forward, because I think that got a lot of traction and got some people actually conversating and talking. So I'll start working with that going forward. So yeah, Golf Breeze is pretty wild, and I've got a 4 photos. You guys, I've showed on my channel before. I've got 4 photos, and I'm gonna get out here in about 5 minutes. I got 4 photos of a clear picture of what he saw. Very interesting, and you'll see that when I go ahead and tackle that video there. So John lives near Victoria, Australia, 966 schoolyard, mass sighting, 200 people. Oh yeah, I mean there's so much to cover with the UFO subject if you can just backtrack and then go forward from there. And that's why people like the Y-Files. They actually go back and they look at some of the stuff, they cover it, and then they debunk it towards the end. Now I think he's 50-50 with some of his debunking. Some people have said other stuff, but it's fine. It's very entertaining too for what he does there, and he's becoming very knowledgeable in the subject of it because he has to do a lot of research. His team does it, and they put it out there. Team is just me, so there's no one on my team doing this. I got a couple people that do email me, that send me information and stuff. But as far as like the video editing, all that's kind of all me, and the script writing or trying to do a script write for this stuff, it's just all me. So yeah, Bob is being proven right, whether people want to believe he worked there or not. He's being proven right, and I've said it a million times, and I'll say it again. The thing that has kept Bob with us, that's the best way I can put it, is that he does have element 115, and he probably had it to where if something happened or he disappeared, element 115 would come out. And he's mentioned it before too. He said that he could name some names and do some stuff to prove that he worked there, but he just didn't do it to protect certain people and all that. People have families and all that, but he said he could do that. He really could, but he just hasn't done it. He wishes that he just had kept his mouth shut and just continued to work there, which I don't blame him. I don't think I would have come out. But he said he was 20, 21, 22 when he was working there, and it was an injustice to the American people, and he's all patriot and all that. But he probably should have just kept his mouth shut a little bit longer maybe and got some videos or photos in there. But he did say he saw something that looked like the aurora. I did talk about that in the video, and he really didn't care that much about it. He said when he looked at it, they were driving the bus that they rode there to the S4 complex where he worked at, and he heard something, and he looked out the window and he caught the back of it. He said it was basically looked like 4 squares in the back of it, and it had like a squiggly X going through it. So he was thinking they were plasma driven or something, but he said when it was firing up and getting ready to take off, it sounded like it was ripping air. But he said he really didn't care working on the disc technology. He didn't care whatever else was going on, because it had nothing on working on what he cloned as our called the sport model. People talking about Westall. Okay, yeah, I'll continue to community post with it too. I was gonna try to do one tonight, but I had to go up for dinner, and they're 5 minutes late, so I'll be going up in here in about 5 minutes. So it'll come out soon. I'll probably put one tomorrow night, Sunday night. I'm trying to do at least 2 or 3 on this channel a week. The next one, so tomorrow probably won't be Ed Walters. I do have a couple of video clips to show to you guys that people have filmed. I think some of the stuff that people randomly film is actually pretty good too. I think when something becomes too perfect, especially with today's AI and just technology, it makes it less believable. So yeah, he was in the company phone directory. I mean, some of his records were deleted. He mentioned it, but people say, oh, that's that conspiracy stuff again. Yeah, if you look up the word conspiracy, you'll see why that was defined in the 60s, and they did that to try to discredit some people with that. But oh, I didn't hear about that. I have to check that out and see what's going on. I appreciate that, Bradley. I always try to get something new to you guys. I know some people. I think out of all the videos, there's always one. There's always going to be one derogatory comment, but it's fine. Constructive criticism on them, it is what it is. That's people's way of, in my opinion, trying to insult you and get away with it without it hurting your feelings or whatever, saying what they want to say. But no more on the aliens attacking through the barn door. I did see a 4-second clip of something that looks similar. Somebody on YouTube did it. Martinez sent it to me through email. We checked it out and we were looking at it. It's like a 3 or 4 second clip where some guys are walking in somewhere, and that same type of alien creature, whatever it was basically moving around, and that was it. I mean, it was such a short clip. It's like, if you capture something, why would it only be 2 seconds, 3 seconds? Like, if I see an alien, hey, I'm just gonna get it all filmed. It's just that plain and simple. And if we gotta fight, we gotta fight. But I'm gonna film everything, and it's not gonna be 2 seconds. I'm gonna film as much as I can, unless my phone dies or I don't have any space, which that shouldn't happen. But I should put that photo. I'll probably put that on the community page. I'll probably do when I go in here and get something to eat. I'll probably put that out there, and you guys let me know what you think about that, because there's a photo of it, and it does resemble that. But the video clip was so short, I didn't think it was worth trying to put out there, because it's going to be skeptical. But I think probably going forward, I need to just start putting this stuff out there for you guys to see it and make up your own mind, because I don't try to convince you on things like that. I mean, I know what I've seen throughout my lifetime, but I want you guys to give me feedback on some of the stuff that you see out there too. So yeah, we just talked a little bit about the 3-eye atlas as we started this video. I don't believe what it is. I don't believe it's a mothership. It may be something close to a piece of space. Maybe it was a planet that got destroyed or somewhere, part of an asteroid, because it is kind of going on a gravitational trajectory around the sun and stuff. I think if it was a mothership, and I could be wrong, and I hope I'm wrong, but I think if it was a mothership UFO or anything like that, it could have been riding that gravitational wave to our sun, then it would have deterred itself to come to our planet, because I mean, out of the several planets that it would see close to the sun, it would see activity here. Unless it could be a million and one things. I mean, I'm thinking in human terms, but I don't think it's what it is. So on Dan, give me a little bit more insight on Dan. My mind is going kind of blank on stuff. It's pretty late at night. I've had a long day. So Bradley, yeah, you saw it too. So Bradley's saying he saw the video of the yeah, it was too short to really be anything. Somebody said J Ross. I don't know if you're talking about the clip of the alien or not, but it was too short, and it moved too fast to be real. I mean, even the video I put with the guy in the barn and stuff, that could be skeptical too. But the video clip that's of that alien, I mean, like I said, it's literally 2 to 3 seconds, and it's moving so fast. You're like, it's almost like someone may have taken that and reanimated it and made it into a quick clip and then put it out there. So Harley says aliens, dudes, hands down. Well, I guess we'll find out. I would love to be proven wrong. I haven't looked that much on it. Yeah, trajectory is pretty weird, but it's not moving like we would think it would if it was intelligent life. I mean, it could be, like I said, but I haven't looked that much into it. I probably need to. I don't want to talk too much without knowing that much about it, but from what I've seen of it, it just kind of makes me go, we'll see what happens. I'm not trying to look into that. So oh, he claimed he worked at S4. I'll have to look him up and see some of his claims and stuff there too, because We know Bob only worked there for about a year, of less than a year, and then all that stuff happened with him. So, and he dealt with non-human intelligence. Okay. Now the term NIH, that's fine. That's good. But to take UFO and turn to UAP and stuff, I just don't like that too much. But I think they're trying to reprogram the young generation that's starting to see this to say that instead of UFO. I think the word UFO kind of still scares some people too. But you can't even hashtag UFO on YouTube. You do, nothing comes up. There's no videos that hashtag with it. I still put it in my hashtags, but as for J Rod, and somebody says J Rod is a fake. So I got to get off of here in about 3 or 4 minutes. Don't know if there's any questions you guys want to ask me while I'm on here. Some stuff you may have wanted to talk to me about. I'm in my Corvette right now. I love this thing. This is just a little bit more about me you guys don't know. This is actually my second Corvette. I had a C7 and I got a C8 about a year and a half ago, and I love this thing. It's an American Lamborghini. So yeah, I'm sitting in it right now. Yeah, appreciate that. So guys, I'm gonna get off of here then. If there's no questions, I see the went from 20 something people on down to 8 real quick. So it dropped like the stock market. I appreciate it. Yeah, like I said, I love this car. I'm sitting in it right now, so. All right, guys, I'm going to go in here. Stay tuned for a video coming tomorrow night. I will tackle Ed Walters. I think from this whole thing, I think that my Instagram is, man, I forgot what it was myself. I don't even get on Instagram that much. I forgot what it is. It was, it's not UFO phenomenon because I did it as UFO something else earlier. But I'll put it in the community page when I go up in here. If you pay attention to that, I'll put my Instagram in there. I do have about 1,000 followers on there. I do sometimes post. I just haven't posted as much, but I need to start getting back to posting there and then directing them over here to YouTube and filtering kind of back and forth. If you look at some of my earlier videos, I did kind of put the link and stuff to it in there. But so guys, I'm gonna get off of here. Appreciate you joining in for me. Just want to touch bases. So if anything I got from this, you guys like the community post when I put UFO photos out there. So I'll continue to do that. I'll put more out there so we can communicate through that. I can only do up to 10, but I'll start doing that, and I'll start putting more alien photos out there and stuff too. And you guys do want to see if I recall the paranormal stuff too, so I'll do that too. Appreciate that, numeric. I'm kind of saying you guys is the first letters of some names on here. Appreciate that, Casper, Brooks. Appreciate you guys joining in. Like I said, the video is just going to get better with time. As I'm starting to free up my time for other stuff, I can allocate more time to doing this. So you'll see them get better and better as time progresses on. I got some better software. I'll start doing interviews with people that have had alien abductions, that have seen UFOs and stuff. I do have a phone interview that I'm going to do with somebody. I'm going to have his photo up there, and we're going to talk kind of back and forth. So all that stuff is kind of coming up. What's going on, Adam from Wales, UK? We're going to end this in just a minute, but there's some of that stuff is going to come up. I just have to sit my butt down and make time to do it. But it will definitely come in the next couple of weeks, and then of course 2026 you'll be seeing a huge change too. So appreciate you guys joining in. I do have to go in here and get something to eat and get dinner and stuff, but I'll talk to you guys a little bit later on.